Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, I'm excited. What are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about food, everybody's favorite thing.
Okay.
Even though this is going to be about some people's least favorite food.
Hey, let me ask you a question. I want a thoughtful answer on this.
A thoughtful answer. Is it about food?
Yeah.
Okay.
If somebody invented a pill that somehow was going to meet all your dietary requirements and it was going to be perfectly measured, so it was exactly the amount that you're going to eat,
could I still
you wouldn't
eat?
get any No, you can't eat anything else. Anything else is going to ruin the. You know what? It'll make your head explode.
No, so I hate that.
Like I could just eat this tasteless paste or pill or whatever.
I hate that. I hate the fact that every time I eat, I get hungry again. I always think, well, I should fill myself up, and that should be the end of it. After this, and then I get hungry again, and then the process starts all over again.
If you could just take a pill that made you forget you're hungry, would you be happy?
I would be so happy, but no, because
wouldn't?
I love the taste of food, and I would still want to be able to not have to eat, but if I did want to, I could try something when I want to. But because food is delicious, tasty.
Okay, so you enjoy food.
I enjoy food. I like cooking and I like doing all that, but I do hate the process of having to do it over and over and over every day. It is as a human being, it is one of the least favorite parts of my day is wondering what am I going to eat right now? How am I going to fill this void in my body, this hole that's inside of me? And
boy, that's very symbolic.
Well, it is a hole. You literally have a stomach hole.
Yeah.
And you're like, I got to fill this like morning, noon, and night every day.
Yeah, but
3 times.
Don't they say about people who overeat? It's like they're trying to. There's something else that they're trying. The food's replacing something else. But you've heard people eat their emotions. Oh,
yeah. I think that's coming from a different place, though.
Okay.
That's psychologically a different place. But
if they came out with a pill and I could just pop one,
you would do
once
that
a day.
Even if you couldn't eat anything again? Like you couldn't have your mom's fried chicken?
Yeah, I guess if I just never thought about it. You know what I mean? Like if it quelled all of your hunger.
Then you wouldn't even want to put it in your mouth?
Yeah, you're right. At some point I'd be like, I could really go for a ice cream cone right now or something.
All right, so this list that we're going to go through is a bunch of foods that people just don't understand how others enjoy them.
All right.
So food that people just don't get.
My entire family, every single one of them, doesn't understand how anybody eats raw fish.
Like sushi?
And I love sushi.
Oh, that's interesting.
And it's almost to the point where they can't comprehend it, so they think that I'm putting on airs somehow. It's
so actually...
Well, he moved to the city and started eating the city
That's
food.
Weird that you bring that up because that is on the list of people. But
I love it. Sushi, that is.
Sushi, yeah. But this comes... Okay, so number 1 is cottage cheese. I don't get cottage cheese either.
It's a nice snack. You get a little scoop of...
salty. It tastes...
Does it?
It doesn't...
Cottage cheese tastes salty?
It's not sweet. Cottage cheese is not sweet.
You put it in a plate with like a slice of pear or something. It's really good.
Slice of pear.
Or peach.
And it's got like a weird consistency.
Well, they're curds, so yeah.
Number 2, caviar, oysters, and snails. I agree with the caviar. I don't like it. It tastes weird, salty.
I honestly can't say that I've had caviar enough to form an opinion.
You've tried it, right?
Well,
even the top of the sushi.
Oh, yeah. They got like little roe eggs or something on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
oysters. I know
oysters,
you have.
I'll order oysters, especially like a fried oyster po' boy.
Escargot?
Yeah. I mean, I don't go out of my way to order it.
But you understand why people might like it?
You can get an appetizer of mussels at Pelicans. Is that kind of similar?
Mussels are oysters. No.
Mussels are a shellfish. They're not.
No, I know, but which ones? At Pelicans, it's always oysters that we've gotten.
They have an appetizer
Of mussels too?
Of mussels.
Oh, okay.
And cockles.
Number 3, black licorice. I hate the taste of black licorice. It's in everything.
I always thought that black licorice was the flavor that everything was until they invented flavors.
Yeah.
It's
like, this is really good.
Yeah. And
you mean because I don't know anything else? Like medicine tastes it just tastes like medicine. But also Jägermeister and Sambuca and so many alcohols are flavored by black
something
licorice.
That tastes licoricey.
Yeah.
What is the active ingredient you're tasting in licorice?
Licorin.
Licorin?
I don't know, actually. That's what I would call it, though. Number 4, excessively built up greasy hamburgers. The kind with 3 patties made of 3 different animals, bacon, 4 types of cheese, a zillion condiments, and built sky high to the point you can't take a bite without it falling apart and half the contents shitting out the back onto your plate. Picture something served a la dinners, drive-ins, and dives.
That kind of thing seems like it would be
They always
a
look,
very rare thing. That
it always
you would do,
looks
stop
good,
and get
though.
a real gut buster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to do that every week or
But
even every month.
I actually understand what they're saying. That I don't understand how you could eat that enjoyably without a knife and fork or getting it all over the place.
Just that it's so big and sloppy.
So big and sloppy, right? I think they look presentation-wise good because it's so big and massive, like diners, diners, drive-ins, and
I think a lot
dives.
of times they'll serve a burger like that with a wrapper or something that you can kind of keep it in.
No, I'm thinking of the big ones that you can't even put your mouth on. Do you know which ones I'm talking about? That are that pile
like a
this
Dagwood is
yeah,
what
like
you're
a Dagwood, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems like it's too much effort.
Number 5, olives. I love olives.
Black olives, green olives.
Any olive.
Yeah, I'm fine
right?
with those.
6, raw tomato. I don't like the raw tomato.
What's the little red thing inside a green olive? A
Pimento.
And what is that?
I think it's
A fruit?
pepper or a fruit.
Pepper?
Oh, it might be a fruit. I thought because it was red, it was a pepper.
Ugh. It's always grossed me out because it's the same color as like if a dog has its weenie sticking out. It
looks like a red
pimento.
rocket.
Yeah.
Raw tomato, you don't like?
Yeah, like
Oh, BLT's. Yeah, I knew that.
BLT's good on a sandwich, on a turkey sandwich, ham
I
sandwich.
get why people wouldn't either for that
Hamburger.
too. It tastes like nothing. It tastes like watery.
You gotta kind of salt it, or maybe put a mozzarella, make it
It's
nice
a little bitter.
caprese. Like
Yeah.
a caprese salad is real good.
You
A
have to
little
dress it up.
Yeah, you got to dress it up.
You
a
got to
little bit.
zhuzh it up a lot. Number 7, balut.
You ever had fried tomatoes? That was a big thing in summer. Were fried tomatoes, fried green tomatoes.
I thought that was a movie.
It was, but it was also a food before it was a movie.
Number 7, balut.
I don't know what wasn't Balut the bear in Jungle
That's
Book?
balut. Baloo. That's just baloo. Balut is in the Philippines. It's the eggs that are cooked with the fetus inside. Have you seen those?
Oh God, no! That's horrific. That's like a Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom type of food.
Oh, no, it's a street food. It's like you just get balut on the street.
Pass.
But
on
I
that.
could not see how that would be tasty. Number 8, chitterlings. Chitlins?
Chitlins.
Yeah, I think that's chitlins.
Do they spell it chitterlings?
Yes, they do.
And
Chitterlings.
Them's chitlins. Stomach
Those are
particles,
they're
like
saying
stomach lining.
somebody's choosing the shit shoots to eat. Yeah. I mean, I like menu though.
I'm never required a taste for it. I think it's the smell that turns me off the menudo because it smells a
What
little
about-
gym socky.
What about tripe? No, that is tripe, right?
Yeah, it is tripe.
Number 9, chicken feet. I've never had them.
Pickled.
Have you had them?
No. My dad used to like them. And I was aware that some people in the South would eat pickled chicken's feet.
I don't get those either.
No, thank you. What's it got? It's got the toenails on it and everything. Who wants to?
Are
eat
you
that?
supposed to eat the nails and the cartilage, or just the
I don't
skin
know.
around it?
Look, I don't know how you eat them. I've seen people eat them, and to me, it looks like they just pop them in and chew on it. That's
so
what it
gross.
looks like to me.
Right? Number
Maybe
10.
I'm misunderstanding because I kind of look away because it's so gross. Here's another one for you: the tongue of any animal. Pass. Any?
You know what's weird is I had like a taco of one that somebody.
If they prepare it and
and I didn't know what it was.
Right. It's probably fine if you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I just hate the idea that I'm going to be the mouthfeel of something with like little tongue bumps on it. Freaks me out too much to even consider.
What, you don't
trying.
like French kissing? Number 10, and this one I completely agree with. And this is the last one, but it is totally relatable. Candied apples. I always dreamed of trying one as a kid.
Wait. Now, is a candied apple like a caramel apple? Or are we talking about something?
Well, to be honest, I think it goes for both of them, but specifically the ones that are dipped like red candy, kind of, they look like a red one.
Oh, yeah, like they're just covered in some kind of red, syrupy, sugarish type of thing.
So this person writes, I always dreamed of trying one as a kid, but was massively disappointed when I found out it was awful to chew, too hard and sticky to even be enjoyable, and didn't have that much flavor.
I like a caramel apple, though.
Caramel apples with candy stuck on them are much better.
Okay, fine. I don't think I've ever had the candied apple.
I have
seen
the
them,
candy apples.
Never had them.
I think I lost a tooth to one maybe one time when I was younger, but they definitely were messy and just awful to chew. Too sticky and hard to be enjoyable.
I once broke my retainer on a Sugar Daddy candy bar.
I was going to say, you have a Sugar Daddy you broke?
You don't remember Sugar Daddy? And then there were Sugar Babies.
Sugar Babies, I remember.
No, there were Sugar Daddies, which were popular, very, very
sticky and hard.
Sticky, hard candy. And I broke my retainer and got in trouble.
Well, that's the list of food that people seem to enjoy, but others just don't get it. If anybody has their own version of food that they just don't understand why people would even bother with,
here's one you
let me
didn't
know.
mention. I've heard of it before, and I just don't know how it works as a food. Can I?
Yeah. What do you got?
Bird's nest soup.
I've always heard about that.
That can't be a nest.
That's
honestly.
Chinese dish?
Yeah, it's a Chinese delicacy, and I think they make a soup out of it.
An actual
bird's nest
so
soup,
I believe the bird's nest is made from a bird that uses its saliva
to keep the So are you eating a bunch of
twigs
and sticks and
that's a good point.
Bird shit and everything? It sounds terrible.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about that.
Somebody needs to explain to me that that's not what it is.
So you know what we're talking about? They put the nest of all the spit and stuff into water and then make some soup out of it.
That's horrible.
Not the bird though. The nest. Give me the bird.
Give you the bird?
Yeah, I'd eat that before the...
I just gave him the bird.
All right. Where can people let us know what their foods they don't get, why people like them are?
You could leave us a message on the neckline if you want to call in. Leave a message. It's 844-805-NECK. You could email buzz@klaq.com. There's the KLAQ app chat. You can slide into my DMs. I don't know. What else? Am I forgetting anything?
No, that's it. Or email buzz@klaq.com or nico@klaq.com. Oh, someone, I found one more that popped up I didn't see before. Japanese blowfish. You can literally die if it's incorrectly prepared. Why would you eat it?
It's called fugu.
Fugu?
There was a Simpsons episode where Homer ate like the puffer fish or blowfish or whatever. But I guess there's some kind of toxin in it that if they don't fully take that out, it can cause paralysis and death. And I think death is brought on because you're so paralyzed, even your vascular system isn't operating.
God.
Some of your involuntary functions shut down
but
because this stuff is
I mean, there's other fish out there that we don't eat. There's lots of animals that we don't eat because they're poisonous.
The word on fugu is that it doesn't even taste good. It's just kind of a...
It's just a thing, like a kind of more the
to
risk.
say you've done it or,
So the fact that you could die is the reason people eat it, not even the flavor. Like, that would make much more sense if it was just some... like to die for flavor.
Have you ever seen the travel food shows? One of them was like a cobra's heart, and they put it in a shot while the heart's still beating.
Yeah, that was.
Took it out
I
of
think Andrew Zimmerman's Bizarre Foods, or maybe it was Anthony Bourdain, but
something.
I had seen that one as well. Yeah, that just seems weird.
I would only do that if there was peer pressure involved. Like if everybody, we're all doing it.
We're all eating these.
We're doing it.
Frog hearts.
They're not frog. They're cobra. Like a
cobra heart. No, I saw the frog one.
I will never eat a frog. You know why?
Why?
I don't like them. I'm creeped out by them, like the way some people are with spiders or rats or whatever. Frogs are just creepy animals to me.
I figured that's just how you got your warts. You just have the bad memories.
Yeah, you got to kiss a lot of frogs
All right,
before you find your prince.
That's today's episode of the AfterBuzz. We'll be back on Thursday. Don't forget to let us know about those foods, and don't forget to listen to the Buzz Adams Morning Show 6 to 10 a.m. daily, Monday through Fridays. Talk to y'all next time.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.